have a secret. Do you want to know what it is? It's a boy! Not the secret, but the baby in my belly. It's a boy. So, welcome to my 22-week bump date. Bump date. Baby bump update. So, by far the most exciting thing that happened during 22 weeks is that we had our gender reveal party, and lo and behold, blue balloons escaped from the box, and it's a boy. I can't say I'm super surprised, because if you watched my old wives' tale video, I had 24 points, boy or girl, and 20 of them were for boy and 4 of them were for girl. So it was pretty overwhelming old wives say boy. And I've just had an intuition the entire time since I was like 6 weeks pregnant that it's a boy. The reveal may have been slightly anticlimactic. You know, I'm really happy. Like I've had a connection feeling like this is a boy for the whole pregnancy, you know, and this is my son, and I have to learn to think farts are funny, and oh my God, you're gonna get pee on your face. Like I've been, you know, going through that for, you know, basically like 20 weeks, because for the first 2 weeks you're not pregnant. It's a great feeling knowing that connection is totally legitimate, and we are gonna finalize our baby names. I don't think we're gonna be those people that like don't share it the whole time, because it's just not for us, because, you know, we had a party for what the genitalia of the baby was, so no more surprises. My husband and I have been going back between a couple names, and when we were at our anatomy scan, we were watching on the screen. We felt like we were watching a little boy. We were watching our son. That's how we felt. And so after the scan, we kind of came up with a new baby name that we hadn't really thought about before, and it includes my dad's name. I don't know. So anyway, we came up with a name. And my husband was like, I love it, it's perfect, totally in. And then of course, like 5 days later, he's like, I like the original name better. And the original name we came up with like a year ago when we weren't even pregnant. Like we were just thinking of names for our potential son. And what's really funny about this is that I was reading Jane Eyre at the time, again, I read it like 3 times. And I love Mr. Rochester because he's like the original feminist. He loves Jane because she's independent. She has like intellect, and she's not just this like, you know, floaty. She's not like Miss Ingram or whatever. She's like the total opposite. She's not that fancy to look at, but he likes her for literally her mind and her talents and the fact that she stands up to him. And to me, that's the original well, maybe not the original feminist, but like he's one of them. I mean, you know what I mean? And so I was like, it'd be cool if we had a boy to name him after Mr. Rochester, but we like, what are we gonna name him? Like Edward Rochester? So like had no idea how to find this in the book. So I went on like SparkNotes or something and was looking up like his family names, like to see his full name, like his long ass name. And I found Fairfax and Hudson. And Fairfax, he is a Fairfax. We established that. Hudson, I have no idea where that came from. No idea. Like the word is not even in the book. Like, I searched it on my Kindle. It's not even in the book, but that's the name that we stuck with. So the irony is that if we named our son that, every time that we explained the origin of the name, we'd have to admit that his mother is not always super smart. Anyway, symptoms. 22 weeks was pretty interesting. It was actually different from 21 weeks. I feel like the first trimester came back. I'm tired all the time and I have no appetite. Like nothing sounds good. The difference is I do actually have an appetite, but nothing sounds good. Like my body is hungry, but I don't want to eat, which is torture for someone who loves food as much as I do. But I think it's gotten a little better. Not really. Oh, so one other random symptom is, so after we got off the cruise for our baby moon, I felt motion sickness, like debarkation sickness, mole de débarquement or whatever, for like 5 days. Like I couldn't do yoga. Like I'd be in down dog and I'd be like, oh my God. You know, like when you get off of a boat and you still feel like you're moving? It was horrible. It was awful. Like I didn't take any Dramamine on the boat, like at all. Once we got off, I was taking Dramamine like every day for 5 days because my motion sickness on land was so bad. Like I finally got my land legs back, but damn, like I've never been through that before. I think it is definitely pregnancy related, but maybe not, I don't know, maybe I'm just old. Those are pretty much my main symptoms. I can tell that I'm having Braxton Hicks more regularly, more consistently. So like I was running around doing stuff for the baby reveal party, and it was hot, and I was like, you know, bolting in and out because I got my husband like a chocolate croissant and I didn't want it to melt. So I was like running into the store because I was like, what would be the point of getting this in my mouth? That's so precious. But anyway, so I'm running in and out of the stores, like trying to find some, and I started feeling, I guess, like Braxton Hicks. I mean, they're really not that painful, but I can tell it's like that kind of like tightening, like kind of crampy feeling in my uterus, and I just know that that's when I need to rest and have some water and take it easy. So the Braxton Hicks aren't really like annoying or anything, but they are definitely helping me know when to take it easy and when to drink some water. The baby still kicks quite hard, and my husband actually felt the baby kick for the first time. He told me he felt the baby kick weeks ago. He's really impatient. He thinks that it's like when the baby's kicking, like, oh, the baby's kicking, and you put your hand on it, you feel it, and that's not how it is. It's like you have to wait. So now I've been feeling like whenever I feel like a storm of baby kicks, like I let him feel it, and he actually felt like a big one recently. It was pretty funny. He put his hand on my stomach, and like my stomach gurgled, like it was not the baby. And he goes, oh, I felt it. And I was like, no, that's bile, honey. So within week 22, my total weight gain was 5.7 pounds. So I'm really getting there. I'm getting to the point where if I continue to just gain a pound a week, I'll be right around 25 pounds, which is hard for me because I still look on the scale, and when I see weight gain, I think, oh my God, I'm gaining too much weight. But then I realize like I'm not gaining too much weight, like this is good. And I started reading the book Expecting Better, which is the economist's analysis of pregnancy data, and I haven't read all of it, but I'm pretty sure the data shows that if you're gonna gain too much or too little, it's better to gain too much weight because the risk with gaining more than the recommended amount are much lower than not gaining enough. So I know that it's good that I'm gaining weight, but it's still hard to see that number creeping up, and I still have like 20 pounds to go, so better get used to it. That's pretty much it. Here's my bump. It's big. It's very big. And I've noticed that if I wear like flowy dresses, though they may be more comfortable, they make me look like a house. So I'm wearing skin tight dresses only for the rest of my pregnancy. That's about it. See you in a week for 23-week update. I know you're excited.